Dia Eve accordia, agus fáilte ród chuig an spás néfa seo. Hello friends and welcome to this Lughnasadh Activation and Meditation. Bannochtaí Lughnasadh. Bannochtaí Lughnasadh. Lughnasadh blessings to you on this astrological day of Lughnasadh. So just allowing yourself to land here now. Making sure that you are comfortable and in a place of relaxation and receivership. So I invite you here to just take some long, slow, deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And we give gratitude to the element of air for the breath of life. And through the inhale, we imagine now that all fragments of our soul and energy return into our sacred bodies now. And on the exhale, imagining that we are pushing out all energies that are not in alignment with our higher self and vibration now. So on the inhale, I call all fragments of my soul and energy back into my body now. And just noticing what it feels like for your energy to be clear and whole. And just signaling to your body that it is truly safe to relax here and to let go and to be present. So we bring our awareness now from our heads down into our ancient sacred hearts. And perhaps bringing your awareness down the back body. The back body is where the feminine energy resides, where the mind starts to quieten down. So moving our awareness from the back of our head, the back of the shoulders, down the back of the heart. Softening the heart, softening the womb or the sacral chakra. Allowing your hips to really relax into the sacred earth beneath you. Allowing the sacred earth energies beneath you to help you root and ground in your holy body. And from this grounded and rooted place of stillness, we open up sacred space on this high, holy, sacred day of Lughnasadh. And we do this by calling upon the sacred ancestors of this land of Era, of Eru, the Tuatha De Danann, the Tuatha De Danann, the Tuatha De Danann. May you be here with us now. As we come together to celebrate and honour the energies of Lughnasadh. And we specifically call on Lu, Gléim or Sparad on Lu. I call upon the spirit of Lu to be present here in this sacred space. For this Gaelic fire festival of Lughnasadh is in your name. Lughnasadh, Lughnasadh. May your wisdom and legacy and consciousness be here with us. I call upon your stepmother Tailchu. May your presence and spirit and energy be present here with us. I call upon your birth mother Etna, the holy womb that gave birth to the Son of Light. May your divine feminine, holy consciousness be here present with us. I call upon the divine masculine presence in Lou's life. Keen, your father, your birth father. Keen, who listened to the call of the land and found his beloved Etna. In divine union conceived the Son of Light, the God of Light. I also call upon Manannán mac Lir. Manannán mac Lir, who was a stepfather to Lugh. God of the sea, on Ariga, the sacred waters. We call upon the consciousness of Manannán mac Lir to be here present in this space. And we call upon our higher selves and our ancient souls the parts of ourself that know this consciousness so very well, that is deeply connected to the wheel of the year, to Lugh, to the Tuatha De Danann, the she, the shining ones, the good people, the she, the hua, the hawthorn, the druids and the druidesses, the priests and the priestesses of Era. We call on that ancient part of ourselves to be present here. We call upon all the ancestors in our line that were deeply connected to the seasons, to these Gaelic festivals, to the wheel of the year. May you join us here as we celebrate and remember the ancient ones of this land, the ancient spirituality and wisdom and legacy of this land. And taking a moment now to call in any beings of the highest light that you would like to be here with you now. I would also like to honour and invite Amergin into this space. Amergin, son of Mill, who came to Ireland, invoking the land of Eru, of Era, who to his best ability trying his best to continue on in his own way, the ancient indigenous ways of this land, celebrating and honouring the nature-based spirituality that was already embedded here. We honour Amergin, the Milesians, who became known as the Gaels or the Celts. At this time of Lughnasadh, we honour you, we remember you. Our ancestors who were deeply connected to the natural world around us. So Lughnasadh. Here in Ireland, the whole month of August is Lughnasadh. And August in Irish is Lughnasadh. So another deep reminder of how the wheel of the year that is celebrated throughout so much of the world is deeply embedded into the land here, into the language, and through the seasons. Perhaps it started here, and may we remember these origins. And Lughnasadh is named after Lugh, a great leader and king and warrior of the Tuatha De Danann, the tribe of Danu, the godlike people that dwelled on these lands, who built Brúna Bóinne, who dwelled at the hill of Tara and Carrowkeel, and all the sacred places around Ireland, who still to this day are in the mounds and the hills and the consciousness of the trees and the waters, whose energy is still held within the sacred sites of Ireland. So Lugh was a great king and leader and warrior of the Tuatha De. And he is known for his fairness as such a leader of justice for all. And his consciousness is that of truth, fairness, and light. Lugh, known as Lámhfhada, long arm, or Samaldánach, for he was skilled in many arts. Many arts. And it was said at this time of Lughnasadh that games were held in honour of his mother Tailtiu, his stepmother Tailtiu. And it is said that Tailtiu died while preparing the land for seeds to be sown so they could be harvested. She gave her life for the harvest. And Tailtiu was a phenomenal stepmother to Lugh, making sure that he received the utmost, most skillful training from all the leaders of the Tuatha De Danann that made him the king and leader that he was. So we can see how much Lugh really honoured his stepmother by holding these games at Lughnasadh in her honour. And at this time of Lughnasadh, it is a celebration of the first harvest. So Lughnasadh is about celebrating and harvesting. At other turn of the wheels, we're shedding or manifesting or praying. And for me, Lughnasadh is really about just celebrating the harvest within and without. And to our ancient ones, it was such a celebration because there wasn't supermarkets or shops. This time of bountiful harvest was something that they were waiting all year for. So at this time of Lughnasadh, we celebrate the farmers, the oats, the bread, the kale, the potatoes, all the vegetables in the garden that are now ready. And also knowing that there is still patience for the apple trees and the apples to ripen towards the autumn equinox. So this is the first harvest festival, the second is the autumn, and the last is Samhain. So as we tune into the energies and consciousness of Lughnasadh, let us first just celebrate our inner harvest now. I am so very proud of you. Lugh and Tailshu, Etna, Keen, Mannin and MacLear, Amergin, the whole tribe of the Tuatha De Danann are so very proud of you. For your remembrance of their ancient wisdom, of their legacy and consciousness. For the times of darkness and patriarchy have put much amnesia on us humans. Much trauma has been placed upon our ancestors, our lineages. So what an absolute blessing it is that you are here. And despite all the odds, you awoken. You awoken. And remembered your divine origins. And you remembered the ancient wisdom of these Celtic isles of Eru, of Era. So just celebrating yourself for that remembrance. So let us take some moments now to reflect on what we are harvesting within at this threshold of Lughnasadh. So back in Samhain, you might have shed that which no longer serves you. Came back into the light of your truth at the solstice. And at the spring equinox, in bulk, and Beautna, you really planted the seeds that you wanted to reap at this time. And perhaps this is something that you can journal more on after this activation. But just taking some time now to reflect on, what are you harvesting at this time within? What are you proud of? So it's perhaps better boundaries in your life, saying no more. Perhaps you have a deeper connection to your body or your womb or your heart space. Perhaps your intuition is stronger, that you have a deeper connection to God or to the ancestors or to the land or to the waters. Perhaps you are celebrating a deeper connection to community within and without. A deeper love for yourself, a deeper sense of at homeness within yourself. Perhaps you are celebrating and honoring all the shadow work that you have done this past cycle or this past year since Samhain. Shedding the wounds of love and the amnesia, the unworthiness. So yes, perhaps you are harvesting more worthiness, more enoughness, more love. And it is so important and vital for us to reflect on what we're harvesting so we can integrate those gifts even deeper. And Lou always reminds me of this, being such a skilled warrior who wore many hats, who was, a musician and warrior and craftsman. He had to integrate and train and practice these skills. And we must do this with our healing and our inner harvest as well. Reflect on what our inner harvest is and share those gifts with the world. If we're harvesting love, share the love. Lou was so generous with his gifts. So really taking some time during this Lughnasadh portal that will continue on for the next few weeks. What are your new gifts this season of Lughnasadh? How can you share this harvest with your community, with your soul tribe? with your family, with your friends. We can also reflect now as well on what are we harvesting at this time in the external, because that is important too. We need things in the external as humans. Perhaps it's a new home, a new community, a new lover, playing a new instrument or improved musical abilities. What are you harvesting in the external that is an opportunity to celebrate your hard work? We are coming out of a time of patriarchy and wounded masculine where we're doing and our success is about doing, and what these points in the wheel of the year give us an opportunity of is slowing down, and instead of racing on to the next thing, pausing and honouring the wins in our life without moving on quickly to the next. We must celebrate and integrate the gifts instead of running ahead onto the next thing. Knowing that truly the most important thing is our inner world and our inner harvest, because as within, so without. So at this Lughnasadh portal, as well as tuning into a celebration and an honouring of our harvest, of what we are harvesting, there is many other consciousnesses and legacies and wisdoms that this portal can open us up to. And one of those messages for me comes from Tuatha, who burnt herself out for the land and for the people of Ireland. And her message now for us, both men and women, is we no longer need to do that. Those times of being the martyr are over. Tuatha was here to remind us that we can now soften into our divine feminine and fill up our own cups before we fill up others, or serve others through filling up our own cup. When we serve others from a nourished, whole, grounded place, we are also filling up our own cup. So just seeing if there's any messages from Tuatha now, stepmother of Lugh, around how you can nourish yourself and slow down and stop being the martyr. Is there any specific ways in your life that can help you to soften and receive and to come more into your divine feminine? And the consciousness of Keen, birth father of Lu, he reminds me at this time to follow your heart. He went to the land that Etna was on for different reasons, but one thing led to another that ultimately resulted in conception of a Lu. And it's that reminder that things mightn't look like we think they will, or we might go somewhere for one reason and realize we're there for another divine destiny. Follow your heart. Honor your heart's callings. Listen to the call of the land. Eish le ciol an cré, listen to the music of the earth, calling you for remembrance, for magic, for synchronicity. What does your heart yearn for at this time of Lughnasadh? And the consciousness of Etna comes true now. And her story where her father took her children from her, took Lu from her, and she never got to have the chance to be a mother to Lu. So for me, this is about where are we not honouring the divine feminine in our lives, the mother, the great mother that births all of life. Or where can you deepen your connection to the great mother, to the divine feminine? Perhaps it's deepening your connection to your womb and your cycle. To healing your relationships with your mother, your sister, your daughter, your lover. Or healing your wounds with the feminine. Where are we still not honouring the creation of all of life, which is the woman's womb? And we call upon the consciousness of Lu at this time of Lughnasadh. What messages of support does Lu have for you at this time? For me, Lu reminds me of the light within, the power of our light, of our soul's light, the light of the sun, the Christed light, has the power to overcome all darkness, all trauma, all conditioning, all amnesia. So perhaps Lu is here to remind you of your innate light. Is misha gra agus solace, I am love and light, and Lu reminds us of that. And we embody more of our light by simply doing things that light us up, that help us connect with God. Maybe it's meditating or playing an instrument or sitting with the trees or drinking from a holy well or being in community or dancing. Do what lights you up. Lu also reminds us of sovereignty and truth and justice. He has always reminded me to stand in my truth, whether that segregates me or not. To be the black sheep of truth. To stand up for what you believe in, whether it goes against the status quo or not. That our truth and our views are needed at this time of great change in Era and on planet Earth. That it is safe now to live in truth. And to be in justice is to be in justice to yourself. To make sure you are living a life that is loving and balanced and truthful and sovereign. To share this with the people of Ireland. And here in Ireland, the Roman Catholic Church didn't just banish the feminine. It also skewed our relationship with the male aspect of God. God is not some judgmental man in the sky. God is a vibration and frequency of male and female energies that have created all of life. It is present within the waters and the trees and the sun and the sky. It is not him, it is they, it is she and he. And God, Lu, can help us to connect with and heal our relationship with the male aspect of God. helping us to birth our inner king as both men and women, to come into our divine masculinity as men and women, and to come into greater union within ourselves. And to come into union with ourselves is to have a marriage of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Lou and Bridget is not one or the other. It is not about matriarchy or patriarchy. It is about union. So at this Lughnasadh portal, while we honour Tailchu and Etna and Bridget, we also focus on Lou, helping us to come into our divine masculinity, helping us to heal our relationship with the male aspect of the divine. Lou is the one who shows me structure and gives me the support I need to serve others from a grounded and rooted place, helping me to birth my most divine creations into the earth. For the male, masculine energy must help us birth this new earth into being. It is the space holder, it is the sacred container that supports the feminine to create a new paradigm. So maybe just reflecting on now, where in your life do you need to come into greater union with the divine masculine, with Lou, with your own inner king? What steps do you need to take? Perhaps it's a little bit more structure, a little bit more accountability, more avenues for you to share your soul wisdom, your soul work, or more time carved out for creativity and music and community. And something that we can call on here to help us to manifest these changes are calling on Lou's spear. One of the gifts that the Tuatha De Danann gave to the people of Ireland was Lou's spear. And Lou's spear can help us hit our target, can help us manifest and achieve our missions, dreams and visions that will not just serve ourselves, but will serve the generations yet to come and the people of the land that we live on. So we call upon Lou's spear to help us to come into deeper union with ourselves and our inner masculine and our inner feminine, into divine union within, so that we can create a container for our soul work and our mission. So as we see, there are many different medicine keepers and members of the Tuatha De Danann that can guide us at this time of Lughnasadh between now and the autumn equinox. And depending on which member resonates, you can call on them to give you support, to guide you at this time of Lughnasadh. And perhaps taking more time after this meditation to reflect more. Just allowing yourself to slow down at this portal to reflect and integrate the year that's been, because for many of us, we are being continuously initiated, healing and shedding and transforming. Complete metamorphosis is happening within our body. And the ancient ones remind us of the need for spaciousness and stillness to create and reflect and integrate the transformations that have taken place. So as we come close to the end of this meditation and activation, may we just remind ourselves of how amazing we are doing. That we are an answered prayer of our ancestors. They prayed for us, this generation that would remember and heal and reclaim the ancient ways. So just celebrate ourselves as being the living prayer of our ancestors. May your spine grow a little bit taller now, and your chin a bit higher, and your shoulders go back in complete remembrance of the prayer that you are. That you are doing much better than you could ever even imagine. You are doing amazing. You are remembering and reclaiming so much. To soften down that inner critic and to just love, honor, and celebrate yourself at this time of harvest of Lughnasadh. I am proud of you. Lu, the She, and the Tuatha De Danann, all members of the Tuatha De Danann are so proud of you So proud. So let us give thanks and gratitude. Gratitude to Lu, Tailchu, Keen, Mananang Maclear, Etna, Amergin, Nafina, Oisin, and all members of the Tuatha De Danann, the Gaels, the priests, the priestesses, the druids, the druidesses, sacred elm trees, the stones, sacred sites, all the beings that have joined us in this sacred space, that have brought us their wisdom and legacy and consciousness. We give deep gratitude to you at this time of Lughnasadh for joining us. And we say goodbye now, knowing that we can call on you whenever we need your support and guidance. And let us go now and celebrate this beautiful Lughnasadh portal, celebrating ourselves, this beautiful sacred land that we live on, and celebrate the medicine keepers and ancient ones of these sacred ancient isles. Banachtaí Lughnasadh Carja, agus slán agus Bannacht. Bye and blessings.